My name is Asad Yaqub, and we are going to start with your IELTS speaking test. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Good. Do you prefer to read books or magazines?
Most of the time, I prefer the reading the books because that my field of study and my field of the research regarding the books in artificial intelligence and robotic sciences as well. So I am not referred for myself to go further for the magazines. I am going to priorities to the books of the as well, not even as for my study purpose as well as the historic as well.
What is your favorite subject to read about?
Artificial intelligence.
Why?
And because of that, I was very curious about the robotic sciences and how the AI is worked in future in now as Google working, and how does the machine learning is developed our world, and continuously the deep learning is involved in AI modules and automobile industries as well, and my future is going on there. So
Did your parents read to you when you were a child?
sorry, sir.
Did your parents read to you stories or books when you were a
Yeah,
child?
sure, sir. When I was child, my father read many stories to me at the sleeping time. Lots of the historic regarding our bloodline as well.
Would you give a book as a gift to anyone?
Actually, I prefer a book to my friend, and the book name is The One Man Power. So that book is regarding the how a person develop himself without any outside and outcoming help. So he was my friend, and he was in some tensions. So that's why we give a book a lot.
We now move on to IELTS speaking part 2.
Yes, sir.
Topic is describe a book that you enjoyed reading. You have 1 minute to read the topic and write down some notes. Alright, you will now have to speak on this topic for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, so the last time I was read a book, that name is The Deep AI. So at that context, that was written by a US research scientist, such the equivalent in the name of Albert Einstein, but he was not Albert Einstein, Albert Lewis. So in that book, I was searching for that, the neural network and the how to create neurons and the communications of the AI buildings in your automobile industries, and how the cars are working, such kind of the Tesla modules as well. And on the other hand, I was prefer that book for myself to become the more knowledgeable for my research work in artificial intelligence and data science as well. There is just so many modules for working on it, so that's why I'll prefer that book for me. Okay, and now one thing more, the deep learning AI book is not only for the automobile industry; it's for the robotic sciences as well. It's for the space program as well, and bioinformatic and agriculture sciences as well.
Alright, thank you. We now
Sure.
move on to IELTS speaking part 3.
Thank you.
Do people in your country like to read books?
The most of time, according to my observation, there's lots of people's not reading the book, but acknowledgement of the international level, the Pakistani, most of the 62% of peoples are reading the books and newspapers and magazines, touch with the writing books as well.
What are the most popular types of books?
Today, now the print media is too far away, and the electronic media is coming on the action due to the pandemic situation as well, and the books are mainly used now in PDF format as online.
Okay, do you think it is important for people to read books?
Yes, somehow in the selection of books, it depends on the people to people and vary on the situations where you live, what kind of that work are you doing. So the books regarding that, if you are going to work in agriculture, then you must select the agriculture books. And if you are in the studies, and the people are selecting the studies books and the sports as well.
Okay, in your opinion, do people read as much nowadays as they did in the past?
Yes, today's the acknowledgement and the literacy rate is more than better. So that's why the peoples, even as the peoples are living in the villages, they are using the books in their phones, in their tabs, on working on a laptop with books, and actually in debating on a book as well, and to get together.
All right, thank you very much. That's the end
Welcome,
of your IELTS speaking test. Now, grammatical mistakes,
Yes, sir.
that is the main thing. Although
Yes,
you
sir.
can speak with confidence
Yes, sir.
and you express yourself well also,
Yes, sir.
but as you speak, as you proceed, there are grammatical
Yeah, I
mistakes.
know that.
For two questions, your answers were irrelevant
Okay, sir.
also. I mean, your answer was not according to the question. And the words like I am not prefer, it
Okay,
should have
sir.
been I do not prefer.
ठीक है, sir.
Then you said I am with first form of the verb. Then you said my father read me. It should have been my father used to read a book, past tense.
Okay, sir.
So you are not differentiating properly past and present. My question number 4 was, would you give a book as a gift? And you talked about the past tense where you gave a gift to a friend.
Yeah.
So in speaking part 1, focus the tense.
Okay,
Would
sir.
you give a book as a gift? Yes, I would love to give a book as a gift to any of my friends because I think books are the best like that. So
Okay,
you
sir.
misunderstood that question.
Okay, sir.
And then again, the grammatical mistakes like I was read a book, I was prefer. So you should overcome that.
Okay, sir.
And in speaking part 3, second question was, what are the most popular types of books? And you talked about print media and electronic media and all that. Totally irrelevant. So focus the question and improve your content knowledge,
Okay,
and
sir.
grammatical mistakes should be addressed. Looking at your overall speaking and strictly, I'll give you 5.5. Although looking at your fluency and
Yeah.
other stuff, it may be 6. And your main area for improvement is number 1, grammar.
Grammar.
And after grammar, fluency is already there.
Yes, sir.
But mainly it's grammar and the content knowledge according to the question.
Okay, sir.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.